It's definitely not about oil prices. Part of it is the Russians filling in a semi-vacuum that the U.S. has left in the region. And I think there is a very business-like relationship. It's much more transactional than perhaps previous times with the U.S. and Saudi Arabia were. And so it is a close relationship based on very clear interests. And one of those interests is oil prices. And I think we'll continue to see that. Of course, there are disagreements on issues like Syria, which continues to be one of those sticking points where they don't see eye to eye on. But it's almost let's agree to disagree on those issues.
And walk me through this, Mina, when we talk about Turkey, for example. They've been very clear that they expect the extensions to continue in terms of these waivers, the ability to bring in Iranian crude. This is a major political issue for the Gulf Arab states, their relationship with Qatar and with Iran. But in terms of the energy narrative as well, do you think that we can expect that continued relationship, at least with the United States? Because what we've seen over the last several months in particular is a lot of volatility in the relationship between those in Turkey and those in the United States. But the real question is, can they expect or can they depend on that support when it comes to the waivers, do you think?
Hadley, there's an expectation in general that the waivers will be extended, maybe not at the same level, but at a lower level. But the expectation is out there in the market that the waivers will be extended. The Iranian oil minister Zanganeh clearly said that sanctions are causing additional volatility in the market, and he is right. So I don't think the U.S. is in a position where you will see a complete removal of the waivers. I mean, already we've seen countries like Greece and Taiwan, since November, they haven't been importing Iranian crude. But with other countries that have been, China, Japan, they've been and India, they've been reducing the amounts of crude. So already it's happening. They have the waiver and they've been importing less than what they're allowed to.
And when it comes to these Iranian sanctions, Mina, I mean, it's been really, really interesting, hasn't it? Because over the last several weeks, I was in Istanbul, then I was in Tel Aviv as well, and you saw President Trump, of course, coming out in really a move, I think, to really boost Mr. Netanyahu, among other things, but sanctioning the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. They are a major player in the Iranian economy. Obviously, they are a major player when it comes to regional instability, you would say. But at the same time, I mean, how much is this symbolic, or is this something that you think really has a major effect?
It has a major effect in terms of increasing the tensions in the region. You're right in terms that it's symbolic. I mean, sanctions on the Revolutionary Guard doesn't mean that suddenly they have properties in the U.S. that they can no longer access. So they're not sanctions in that sense, but it is a clear position from Washington that we will not tolerate what the Iranian Revolutionary Guard are doing. Having said that, there's 100,000 members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, so you're not exactly sanctioning every single foot soldier there, but it's saying that also Qasem Soleimani is not someone, the leader of the Guard, is not someone that we can tolerate. Now, this comes after he was seen very visibly in Iraq and Syria, showing his muscles, so to speak, and he's really come away from the limelight. And part of it is to get out of the focus that he previously had.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.